The scary sequel.
Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome to Summertime Radness, the scary sequel, where I'm going to be showing off an amazing game called Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. For those of you who don't know, there's a game in development at the moment called Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is being developed by the same genius mind behind Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, all those kind of Castlevania games in that Metroidvania style. And one of the extra goals that I had for the Kickstarter, as far as I know, that's how it came about, was this game, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, which is kind of like a throwback to Castlevania 3, really, is what it's a throwback to. And I just wanted to show this off because it's absolutely amazing. I'm just going to go on casual, just because for the purposes of this video. And it's a really cool, really accurate, really amazing to play, really imaginative throwback to Castlevania 3. So it starts off with the story that there once was a man who'd been given the moon's curse by demons, and that man was Zangetsu. Hassan Chop. Wrapped in crimson garb, with eyes like fire, he relentlessly pursued the demons who cursed him. I curse you! As he journeyed from one pit of darkness to another, he would stop at nothing until he struck down every last demon in his path with furious anger. One night he sensed the Moomin presence of a great demon. He swore to eradicate all demons, no matter how much of a threat they posed. Bathed in moonlight, he cried out as he drew his sword, which consumed the darkness from within its wretched steel. On that night, either the demons or the moon itself would feel the wrath of his blade. So yeah, once we get into this, you're going to see exactly what I mean when I say it's like a throwback to the original Castlevania games on the Nintendo. It's a game I'm considering. I would love to do like a full LP of this sometime. It wouldn't take that long, but not right now. I think the channel is busy enough as it is, and I kind of want the scope to make as many little contributions to Summertime Radness as I can. But if you see this video and you like what you see, then maybe comment and let me know, because I would lean against doing an LP of this. It's so enjoyable. So we pretty much have, like, this is so similar to playing a Castlevania game on the Nintendo. It is unreal. I mean, up there you can see there's like an alternating path. You'd have to play through the game in nightmare mode in order to get at that. Because one of the things that this game takes from Castlevania 3 is the fact that there are multiple characters that we're going to be able to get access to, and when playing in nightmare mode, you can actually play as all of those characters from the beginning. So there's another character which might be able to get up there and jump higher and stuff like that, because Zangetsu is pretty much like the default character. So we picked up like an alternate weapon there. Zangetsu, to be honest, is actually probably the character I play as the least once I get access to the other characters. So there's another character that we could have that we'll be able to get through there. And it's pretty much just like Castlevania 3, the way that in Castlevania 3 there were certain places that you could get to only as Grant. Oh, sub-weapons with the X button, yada yada. Okay, so this can actually be useful here. This is like a sub-weapon that it it throws like a whip, almost like a hook shot, but always up to like the top right. So it's like kind of useful in certain situations, if you know what I mean. So yeah, like there are certain areas in this game that you can only get to as a certain character, and that's pretty much going to go to hold true for the majority of the game. So really, for me, seeing as I play as the other characters more than I play as Zangetsu anyway, I actually almost prefer playing through this game on Nightmare mode, just because it just means that you have access to like the alternate areas from the very get-go, and as well, as I say, Zangetsu isn't exactly my favorite character to play as anyway. So as you can see, just like, and I think like this as much as like Shovel Knight is like a spiritual successor or like a tribute to games like amazing games like Mega Man or like well, I suppose DuckTales as well, but just like as much as like Shovel Knight is an amazing throwback to games of yore, this game is absolutely an absolutely amazing throwback. It's just so good. Okay, yeah, I'm actually gonna get that because it might make it easier. We've actually got to the first boss of the game, and this boss, which is just like an enormous train, it kind of like reminds me of like, it's like this enormous steampunky like monstrosity. It almost like reminds me of, oh, I fucked that up already. It almost reminds me of like Alexander from Final Fantasy. The way Alexander is like always portrayed as like this this rusty steam-driven pile of junk is what I want to say. So this is what I wanted to do, is I wanted to like get up here, because that's what you have to do, is like get up there to be able to damage him. Okay, I should have like got up onto his like coal for that. I played this game quite a lot when like it came out first, so I'm just gonna try, but I haven't like actually played it in quite a while, because, well, I played it a lot, as I say, when it came out first, but I haven't played it in quite a while, so I used to know all their patterns a lot better than I do right now. You're just gonna have to bear with me as far as that's concerned. Okay, so apparently I can't even like, apparently I'm just playing like such a boob, I can't even like hit him once. But not really that difficult. I always like go, now that I remember that he actually does that attack, I generally like try to get up here. Once you get to the point where he's like doing that, because he might do that attack where he like shoots out like the big fireball or whatever, and what you want to do is you want to be like up here to be able to, you want to be up there to be able to take that out. Now for this one, actually, what you're going to want to do, he has like a death attack, so I'm just going to get down here. And that kind of like, that first boss, it kind of already sets the tone for what future boss battles are going to be like, because this game, the boss battles are just absolutely monumental. Like, all of the bosses are just these like enormous like creatures. Their character design is amazing. Like, I just think they're fantastic. Thank you for saving me.
Thank you for releasing me.
Was it the demon's power you used to seal that beast? You're a shard binder. That power can summon 4 demons at will. I cannot allow that. Wait, is it true that I am a shard binder? It is true. Am I asking? How am I not myself? However, I have sworn to be ever righteous in my command of this power. I refuse to be used for evil.
Then show me the proof of that determination
In battle, where Miriam is filled with determination. So basically Miriam is one of the characters that we can play as in this game. We can switch through them really quickly by using like the ZL and ZR games. And that's one of the things that's like different about this game compared to Castlevania 3. Whereas like Castlevania 3, you could only have like one alternate character at a time. Like you had to choose, okay, do I want Grant or do I want Cypher, do I want Alucard? In this game, like as you collect the characters, you get to like keep them all, and you get to like have access to them. You get to have access to all the characters all of the time, pretty much. So Miriam is pretty much the main character of the main game that is in development right now, which is, excuse me, stop getting all up my grill, which is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. So basically this game, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, serves as a, I don't know why I bothered coming down there. Okay, no, I don't want that hunk of junk. I'm happy enough with my thing, these like daggers that fly off into the sky. So basically, this game is supposed to serve as a prequel to Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. And those frogs, jeez. I always think you have to like crouch down because they like seem like so low in the water. And it's funny enough because like there are areas that look like exactly like this in with this running water in Castlevania 3, so it's like, I don't know, it's just really, really cool to see. But yeah, for anyone just gonna see what this is, no, I do not want that. It's actually not that bad, I guess, but there are definitely like better weapons that you could be using. So pretty much with these guys, you just have to wait for them to open their mouths. These Audrey 2 guys. And those guys, like, there's always like some enemy, those like blue ghost guys. There's always some enemy with that like attack pattern where they'll try and like lock onto your position on the y-axis or whatever. Like a lot, like, I don't know, it's just like a classic, like, it's just like a classic enemy attack pattern or whatever. So actually that weapon that I picked up is going to come in very much useful in this part of the level, just because it means I can like very easily attack those guys, and actually I almost prefer to take the hit there than get knocked into the pit. Okay, these guys are a bit of a pain in the ass, I must say. If you're like fast enough, then you can like whip all of their projectiles, but it's actually like, it's quite difficult. And then you have like these stupid things like getting all up in your grill as well, these things dropping fire down here. It's funny, like I'm doing like such like a better job of I'm doing such like a better job like showing off this game than Castlevania 4. Arguably I've like how do I do this? There we go. Arguably I've like played Castlevania 4 so many more times than this game. Now what I just picked up there was like a magic upgrade, so it lets me carry more like more weapon points or whatever. One of like the mechanics of this game is that if you do end up dying, so let's say Miriam fell into the pit, if Miriam like had fallen into the pit when, what's this, do I want that? Yeah, I do, because I'll be able to like hit twice with that. As you can tell, we're coming up to the boss here. Get out of here. I don't know even know what they are. They're like some ladies or something. If Miriam had fallen into the pit, then we would only have had access to Zangetsu, and Zangetsu can't fly into those. Zangetsu can't fly Oh, forgot that. Oh, I forgot I have to jump. See, I'm like forgetting all of like the like attack patterns here all of a sudden. But this can actually be like this like sight weapon can actually be like extremely useful for damaging him in that part, because it like hits them twice per hit, but as well it'll just like cut through like all of the bubbles. So I'm gonna like duck here. So basically what you want to do, now that I've remembered the attack pattern, is you want to like duck and then like get up on top of one of those. Then he's going to do this crap, so we want to kind of like lead him a little bit, because those like blocks that fall out of the sky will those blocks that like fall out of the sky will actually like damage you, so so that's why you want to kind of like lead him a little bit and not be like directly under like where he is at any one time. I'm just gonna like duck down here. I didn't like the way that he was like so close to where those things were, because like I just didn't like how close he was to where those things were. Okay, so there we go. It's like I'm like really surprised at how like good a job I'm doing of like explaining these like attack patterns all of a sudden. He can't really have that much left, can he? I'm just like trying to like play it's like safe, really. There we go. Actually got it. It's like I'm always surprised by like how much I remember these attack patterns are crazy. And all the bosses, like again, monumental, but they all have like a death attack as well, it seems. Like all of them will have like this one last ditch like flashy move that they do. So anyway, God, I feel like I'm explaining so much. I feel like I actually am doing like a full LP of this game all of a sudden. So this is our third character that we're going to get access to, who's Alfred, and he's an alchemist. So Alfred is kind of like, his weapon, like his actual weapon, is probably the worst one, but oh my god, some of his like magic skills that he can make use of are obscene. One in particular, oh my goodness, oh my damn. Like some of his magic is crazy and just absolutely breaks the game wide open. So our butler Alfred has become an ally. But to be honest, I think it's time to finish off this contribution to Summertime Radness, the scary sequel. Let me know if you want me to continue this game. So this is a call for comments. Let me know if you want me to continue this game and have this just be part 1 of an LP, because it wouldn't actually be that long. Otherwise, I'm sure I'll get around to LPing this at some stage. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching this contribution to Summertime Radness, the scary sequel. Links to the intro and thumbnails down below in the description if you want to contribute as well, and please do, because it is so much fun, trust me. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Summertime Radness, the scary sequel.